Welcome back to a new video. This video is going to be a little bit different if you cannot already tell than my usual content. It's going to be me letting you guys know which of the top 10 most prominent and dominant trios in this up-and-coming FNCS according to my knowledge of comp. Since I watch a lot of comp, I study it, not really study it, I don't know why I'm saying that. I watch a lot. And so I'm going to be putting that time to use by letting you guys know what are the top 10 trios in this up-and-coming FNCS. Two things I want to let you know before we get started. Number one, this is all my opinion. Number two, trios are subject to change. So that's just the nature of the game. A trio could change, a trio could get worse or better. Number three, I'm listing 10, and they do have like first place, second place, third place, but just look at it as the 10 trios. So don't look as the first place trio better than the 10th place trio, because that's just me putting a number on it. At the end of the day. The other thing is, before we start the video, hit the like button if you're on Team Clicks, and hit the dislike button if you're on Team Unknown. I personally like Team Unknown. I love Unknown way better than Clicks. I think he's a much better Fortnite player. So I'm going to be hitting the dislike button, but do whatever you want. If you like Clicks better, hit the like button. If you like Unknown better, hit the dislike button. I just want to see what my subscribers, who they like better. And yeah, I hope that there's more dislikes than likes on this video, as funny as that sounds. And yeah, this video is going to be a little bit longer, so make sure to get your coffee. Look at that, I got some right there. And let's get into the top 10. Before we get into the top 10, I forgot to mention in my previous clip that I'm actually going to be doing a few honorable mentions, and by a few I mean 4. So the number one honorable mention trio is going to be L2 Coop, Who Fishy, and Sticks. The reason this is an honorable mention is because they're not an official trio yet, so I can't even really put them on the list. But if they do trio, since they're all on the same team, I think they'd be very dominant, since Who Fishy and L2 Coop are the two top solo players, in my opinion. Another problem that I have with them is that they're all controller, and usually on dominant trios, there's at least one keyboard and mouse player, so that's a little bit interesting. But yeah, they're just honorable mentions. Next honorable mention, we have Paper, Nosh, and Zypha. So this trio just, by the time I'm recording this, yesterday was their first time practicing together, and they seem to be pretty good. They seem to have had some struggles at the authority, so they're going to need probably a new landing spot. But I really like this trio since I like all three of those players a lot, especially Nosh and Paper. So I really hope they do good, and we'll see what happens in the upcoming days. Then we also have Blake, Ron, and Riverson, which also just played for the first time a day ago, and unlike Paper, Nosh, and Zypha, actually dominated the elite scrims and played really good. Dominated their landing spot, Coral Castle, which is a great landing spot to have. And then my fourth and final honorable mentions trio is Cole, Punisher, Thresh, and Fuzzy. These three guys you probably haven't heard of very much of. And I really think these three guys are pretty underrated and are going to form a pretty good trio. And yeah, I think they'll do pretty good in the FNCS, but from now on, we're going to be talking about who I think are the top 10 trios in all of NA East. Okay, so in 10th place, we have XSET's team. XSET AV, Shark, and okay, I didn't write it down here, and I'm forgetting his name. It's Shark's old duo partner. But basically, this trio is really good all-around players, and they have a lot of raw talent. I really think AV and Shark are really good, and Shark and his old duo were super dominant, at least in the cash cups and the daily duo cash cups. And so I think they'll perform pretty good. As I was watching them, they had a rough go at it. So yeah, they're in 10th place. At number 9, we have Clicks, Kelp, and Macwood. So they have very, very good raw talent. The reason they're lower on this list is for a few reasons.
Well, he
Number
died,
one,
so I said
they
they
might
got
split up.
series, which is true. Because I was
if you did not know, a few days ago, Kelp tweeted a very controversial tweet, and then the next day, Clicks did not trio with Kelp or Macwood, and stated that he doesn't know if he wants to associate himself with Kelp. So there's just because there's the chance that they might split up, I can't put them any higher on the list. But they have really good synergy, and they're really good, and I think Macwood is a very good IGL. So if they do stick together, and yeah, I think they could do very good. In number 8, we have Unknown, Zexor, and Chaotic. This is a good trio in my opinion. I feel like their landing spot absolutely sucks right now.
I should not change my sense. I'm so brain dead.
I feel like especially for Unknown and Zexor, it's kind of hard to take Pro Trio scrims seriously, so their performance has not been amazing. Again, 8 and 9 I would swap. Like 8 and 9 could be swapped. Like I think my bias kind of jumps in there because I like Unknown better than Click, so that's why Unknown's trio might be higher. But yeah, nothing really much to say. We're going to move on straight to number 7. This is one of my favorite trios and one of my old favorite duos. We got Acorn, Jack, and Qua. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. But I really like Acorn and Jack. I think they're a very underrated duo. And Acorn, phenomenal performance in the previous FNCS solos. I actually watched one of their games. They don't stream very much, so I only caught one of their elite, trio elite performance, and they won the game with like 14 kills or something like that. It was pretty insane. I think they're very underrated and could easily dominate this FNCS, and hopefully Acorn and Jack can get their first FNCS pickaxe victory. In 6th place, let me see here, we got Creo, Bucky, and Kanata. This is a trio that I think a lot of people thought is going to be the most dominant trio with their performances last season, winning the EMEA Cup, top 10 in every trio cash cup they played in, as well as winning some of those. The reason I don't have them any higher on this list is because Bucky and Creo we've seen a lot of problems, especially with Bucky tweeting that he does not want to play, not practicing very much. Kanata has not played any of the trio elite scrims, as far as I'm concerned, so a little bit of questionability there. Do I think they're still going to play in the FNCS? I do. Do I think they're going to perform well? I do. But, if they're not practicing still, I don't know. I can't really put them any higher on the list. In the 5th spot, we got Zayt, Saf, and Stretch. So Zayt and Saf, probably the top players overall in all of the Fortnite competitive industry. Trioing with Stretch, probably my least favorite competitive player, so that's probably why they're not higher up on the list. They won the Lucky Cup last season, but honestly, I just don't like any of the players there, so that's probably why I think they could easily win the FNCS, but they could also choke and not do too well. In 4th place, my bad, we got Scoped, Illis, and Cease. I think this trio is highly, not underrated, they're pretty rated. But I love Scoped and Illis, two very dominant fragger controller players. We got Illis the fragger, Scoped the clutch up, and Cease probably top 3 IGLs in the game right now. And they also are they got uncon lazy, or whenever a trio does decide to land there, they beat them all spawn every single time. So that's really good for them. In 3rd place we have Edgy, Scented, and High Sky, or Commandment. I don't know which one's gonna trio with them, but it's Edgy and Scented. The West duo god is back, and they're playing on East this time. Excited to see how they'll perform. Not a huge fan of Edgy or Scented, but we'll see. I think they're just so competitively skilled that I can't put them any lower on the list. In 2nd place, we have probably the most unknown trio that you probably have never heard of, but I think will do very, very well in this up-and-coming FNCS. We have Cody, Owl, and D-Roller. They have a great combo. Watching them, it just always puts a smile on my face. Their combos are so good. And they have a lot to prove. They have not been trailing very long.
I'm with you, Cody.
I know of any previous duos between them. But I really like Cody. I think he's very underrated soul player. Same with Owl. D-Roller. Also, he's played in many FNCS, many tournaments, and he's performed always very consistent. So I'm excited to see what they come to bring. So I did put him at 2nd place, but yeah. And then in 1st place, it probably does not come to a surprise to many of you. We have Bugga, Jamper, and Chap. I really like how this trio performs. I was a little sad that Jamper replaced Avery. I thought Avery was doing just fine with this trio.
This is nothing. I'm dropping all my nuts.
But they have one uncon cat, which is insane. have like one of the best landing spots on Con and areas around them.
Oh, what the fuck?
Even though apparently Colossal
Alright, we're chilling now.
You guys go. I'm holding.
Yeah, just get ahead, get ahead. There's people on our layer ahead of us. Wait, come with me, follow me. Hey, break down. Let's play ulti
I
lane.
don't see them splitting up. I don't see them.
Play some Walmart right here if we can.
Very good performance. All
Nice. I'm claiming this too.
But
Nice.
without further ado, that
I have 180.
the top 10 trios.
We're getting sprayed by height. I have so many mats.
Here,
take half my wood.
I can, I'm max.
Also, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed.
I have
Also,
crash pads.
let me know if you want more content like
I'm gonna
this.
throw crash pads on
Ready,
that.
ready,
Content analysis.
On this,
by
edit,
Jose
edit,
Brand,
ready?
person like this.
Ready,
So,
ready?
yeah, it's pretty fun to make, but yeah, see you guys in the
Okay,
next
stay ahead.
And a pop. Dead.
Nice,
On our
nice.
wall.
I got a group ball. I'm popping it.
Okay, yeah. Yo, I might shockwave for height here in a second. Oh,
Hold on, edit me in, fuck. Can you edit me in? You guys are blocking me off.
Got it.